The Ghana cedi is on the rise. You are welcome to Tuntum Network. I'm Cyrus. Be sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell for all of my videos. Now, I feel a little proud to say that something special may be happening in my home country, Ghana. And I hope, ladies and gentlemen, that I don't come back to eat my words in a matter of weeks. Ladies and gentlemen, April of this year has been sort of a new beginning for the upward performance of the Ghana cedis. The Ghana cedis was trading for 15.6 to $1 at the beginning of April, and it's now trading at 13.14 today, 9th April. Ghanaians and people who do business in Ghana from the diaspora are unhappy because now their few dollars will not get as much Ghana cedis like before. But Ghanaians in the export business in Ghana are thankful because they don't need so much Ghana cedis to buy few dollars. This is my word of advice to the opposition NPP party before I get started. It appears you guys are not just fighting amongst yourselves and the NDC, but also fighting Ghana's progress to aid your situation. If the new tariffs from the US government on the world is the reason behind why the Ghana cedi is appreciating, is that not a good thing for Ghana? And if that were to be even true, why isn't the Nigerian naira also appreciating, since Nigeria is the largest trader with the Americans in Africa? Why is the Ghanaian cedis ranked the best performing currency in the world in the month of April 2025? You allowed one man and his one cousin to destroy a party of millions in silence, and now you found the courage to speak? Cowards, bootlickers, and sore losers. You deserve every bit of the confusion hitting your party today, just as you have made Ghanaian businesses suffer in the last 8 years. The government of Ghana, led by the President John Mahama, in my view, has taken two steps which I believe have been the reasons why the Ghana cedis is winning. I want to share that piece of information with you, if you don't mind. Let's get into it. By the end of 2024, Ghana's gold reserves were less than 10 tons. Today, we've crossed 30 tons, and the world gold price is at all-time high, $94,000 per kilo. So I asked myself, how could Ghana's reserves move from below 10 to 30.1 tons in the last 3 months when the new administration was just still setting themselves up? But I, however, discovered that the two following reasons backing the Ghana cedis actually account for why it is so, ladies and gentlemen. Reason number one is a policy the previous government introduced in 2023, where all the large-scale mining companies are mandated to sell 20% of their refined gold to the state. The problem was the past administration that actually instituted this law poorly implemented it. And so this new administration is actually working with it and is so far playing out well for them. Ghana, as at this very moment, has at least 20 operational large-scale mining companies. These 20 large-scale mining companies would normally carry out all of their gold to their investor countries at least once in every week. This wasn't bringing any financial benefit to the state. But now, this new government is doing a fantastic job with this same law by buying refined gold from these large-scale mining companies with our own local currency and either exchanging it for refined oil products or saving them as our national reserves. Ladies and gentlemen, the key word here is buying with our own local currencies. It is therefore out of this arrangement, the new administration has improved our gold reserves from 8.7 tons to 30.1 tons this month. This is the first reason behind why our local currency is doing well, and if continued, will soon exchange for one digit. In addition to this, ladies and gentlemen, the current administration has revoked the licenses of two large-scale mining companies for compliance reasons. And it is, in my opinion, that this government nationalizes these mines. In fact, this is my message to the President of Ghana. Nationalize those mines. Do it, Mr. President. we need Ghana-owned mining companies, just so you know. Secondly, the government has set up a new regulatory and supervisory body to overlook the operations of all mining and gold trading activities in Ghana moving forward. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ghana Gold Board, established in April 2025. It is now the sole authority with exclusive rights to buy, sell, assay value, and export gold and other precious minerals in the country. So from henceforth in Ghana, all gold traders or dealers in Ghana by law require a minimum capital of $1 million if wholly owned by foreigners, or a minimum capital of $200,000 if in a joint venture with indigenes to operate in Ghana. This has been long overdue, ladies and gentlemen, but thank God somebody's making changes. Now, because the Gold Board is now going to do all that work on behalf of the state, the country can now guarantee of a certain high percentage of foreign inflows coming in as a result of their ability to ship the gold on behalf of the gold shippers or the gold dealerships. This is so important because Ghana is the largest gold producer in Africa. And over the last 68 years, ladies and gentlemen, Ghana hasn't benefited from the gold at all. Ghana, on the average, in the last 5 years, has lost at least $2 billion every year in tax revenues to gold smuggling. So any legal instrument that can reduce this level of losses is totally welcome. Within 3 months, we have increased our reserves from 8.7 to 30.1. Let me explain how that helps the currency to stabilize in this country. Currently, 1 kilo of refined gold is traded at $94,000 on the world market. Therefore, 1 metric ton of gold is valued at approximately $105 million today. That means Ghana, with its 30 tons of gold in reserves, has over $3 billion in value for gold. This means if Ghana needs dollars to do international trade, we can always dispose some of our gold and get immediate dollars without hurting the local currency. The same thing can be done with refined product. We can easily exchange it for refined oil product without needing to get the dollars to make that trade. That eases the burden on the local currency, ladies and gentlemen. This further means if Ghana can get up to 100 tons of gold in its national reserves, Ghana cedis will have found a lasting solution to being stable. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I've been preaching all these years. All African countries need reserves. And the good thing is, we don't have to go look for the gold or buy it. We have it under our feet. A country without any precious minerals in reserves will definitely see its currency fall at any level of economic turbulence. This is why I say Ghana should nationalize the mines whose licenses have been revoked. Most of them aren't operational anyway and are rather leasing concessions within their concessions to small-scale miners to operate. This was a problem. Imagine if President Mahama decided to run a state mining company and saved 50 tons per year for Ghana. Do you know the potential this country will have in the next 10 years? Any country with gold reserves of 100 tons and above has a stable currency and a pretty strong economy. Let no one fool us anymore, ladies and gentlemen. If the naira is falling, it's not because the American government has targeted Nigeria, but rather because the Nigerian Reserve Bank has no national reserves. That is a fact. Nigeria only has 21.3 tons of gold in reserves. This is one of the reasons, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, the more gold Ghana government can buy in our local currency and keep as reserves, the better for Ghana's economy, in the sense that the price of gold on the world market will definitely go up. And the moment it does, Ghana government gains. This should be a continental practice in all African countries at this point. I just wanted to say this to show my little support for the good job the new administration is doing, even though I have so much expectation and so much challenges with how they are going about it. But I believe if they can continue like this, Ghana will be in a better place in the next 4 years. I'll end it here for now and wish the president and his team all the best. Be sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell to see all of my videos. I'll see you in the next one. It's bye-bye for now.